Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace.
This is the Phocused Black podcast. We want to welcome you. We want to welcome you to another episode tonight. Tonight, we have an exciting episode for you. This is episode 27. We are episode 7, where we're going to just have an in-depth conversation about the intersection of Black culture, technology, and the future of gaming, animation. We're just going to we even going to touch on politics and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, we just excited. And that's why this particular episode is unscripted. Like we just wanted to kind of break the format up a little bit and tap into a lot of different topics tonight. So, once again, this is the Phocused Black podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your support. My name is Naseed, and this is
Dilettante G Bass.
And we are the Phocused Black podcast, man. We are excited. I mean, hey, we've been doing a lot of things. I mean, we got 27 episodes, man. I mean, this all started from an idea of something that we talked about doing, but now that we are moving into this realm and of podcasting, like we've learned a lot. If you look at our first video to now to our 27th video, we upgraded a few things, from equipment to how we put out posts and a whole bunch of things. But I mean, there's a number of things that's been going on, and that summer is coming to an end. Like we want to kind of tap in to a lot of things. They just had the debate the other day with Kamala, Vice President Kamala Harris and Donald, former President Donald. And I know Dilettante has an interesting take on the whole debate and everything. But one of the overwhelming thing, and when we talk about social media, because social media is nowadays where you get your news feeds from, right? And part of what everyone was talking about, and I'm just talking about the general consensus, was neither one of them revealed the plan, right? Nobody really talked about the tangible things that they were looking to do, with if they were elected president and everything. And it was a lot of biting, a lot of fighting, with regards to, this is what you said, this is what you did, this is what you're about. I'm for the people. You're not for the people. That was that was the gist of what I got. But when I looked at social media, that's a lot of the stuff I got out of it. And I wanted to kind of get your take on it because, even though this is the Phocused Black podcast, Dilettante is an undercover Trump supporter.
Listen. My take on it was debate, like the reporters and all them, the host and all of them, they were against Trump because you could see that they would fact check him, but not Kamala all the time.
Yeah.
And he wasn't allowed to say certain things you could say, or they'd get a question towards her. It was a simple question. But far as policies, neither one of them really said anything. Like with Kamala, sometimes we gotta stop falling for the rhetoric of all these.
Mm-hmm.
Like she started talking about democracy and all that. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that. Like, democracy, we never had any real rights here like we should.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just talking ideology, rhetoric. Even some of the economic plans, it's like you try to get $25,000, what they're gonna do? They're gonna raise the price of houses.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still at the same point. Only point I would say Trump, when he said like close the border, then I give her the point about the Central Park thing. So each of them was going back and forth, but no one really said much. Immigration is a big topic for a lot of people. That's one thing he stuck to, but she wouldn't answer. She danced around the question. She cornered him a few times. So it seemed like a lot of stuff was scripted and like he should have prepared more.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just things. But at the end of the day, us as indigenous people, Black people in America, we're in the same boat.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we asking for reparations, we ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, and you have others who are types of benefits, and we can't even bring up the conversation of reparations when we know. I mean, and when we talk about countries are getting aid, all types of other things, but
Ukraine, Israel,
yeah, like
even
all of these,
illegal immigrants,
and
Asians.
we're not for the death of any particular group of people or whatever, but to right the wrong that has been documented, historically through policy, and everything else, to not even bring to not even bring the conversation and bring up or to move forward the policies in which reparations become something real for individuals is something that I'm just not with. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
And listen to Vicky Hiller. She shared spiritualist. She said, America will never be right until they do just right by black people and pay, because the blood of our ancestors is in.
Mm-hmm.
So things will never be right in this till they do right by our people.
Mm-hmm.
And what you never expect.
Yeah. I mean, and nobody's looking for a handout. Like part of all of this is what we're talking about is right the wrong. That's a part of what when we talk about the reparations and everything. That's what that is all about, is right the wrong. When you talk about the wealth gap and generational wealth and everything, we've had a podcast about that and how to build legacy and build generational wealth. You got to also think about that has been instituted that allows black Americans in general to have such a large wealth gap because of the fact that you couldn't get the Homestead Act and the fact that you couldn't get life insurance and all these other policies that were put into play in order to disenfranchise one group over another. Hey, you don't have to believe anything that we're talking about. Do your history. Look up look up the Homestead Act. Look at what was the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the 40 acres and a mule concept. And who were given those land grants and everything to and settle the Midwest and everything. Those weren't opportunities that were given to indigenous people or black Americans, blacks here in America. So those are things. And like I said, you ain't gotta believe me. You comment, you can put all this stuff. Just do your history, check our facts, and then come back and then say something, before you get emotional about what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I mean, they got all the money in the world to give to everybody else, get much corporations.
Mm-hmm. Everybody get a bailout.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody get a
Except
bailout.
the people.
Except the people, yeah.
So it's like, in one sense, you gotta think you helping this under the Biden and Kamala administration. They helping illegal immigrants, rather Venezuelan, people from Mexico, Ukraine, Africa, all over. But the people here, they homeless, living in the streets, things of that nature. Can't get any funding. The veterans are suffering. So it's like you have to really that for a second. Like you supposed to take care of home first.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and if you don't believe it, drive downtown in these metropolitan areas. Your Newark's, your Chicago's, your LA's, your San Diego's, your and look by the highways. Like look by the highways, and you'll see how profound the homeless situation is in these particular cities and everything. Throughout the country and everything. So it's not just like it's contained area; it's all over. It gets into mental health. We talk about drug addiction. We talk about all of these services that needs to happen, just for the people who are here, so we want to hear from you. And, like if you feel that this is something that needs to be addressed or whatever, definitely let us know where you're tuning in from. And, put it in the comments so we could definitely, get the feedback and then, know how to kind of push forward with this. But I know we talk about all of these different issues on, and Black and brown communities and everything, but part of what we want to do with this particular podcast is always come up with alternatives and solutions and everything to be able to build legacy, to build the future in which generational wealth will, being able to build ideas and build off of that. So that's something that that is super, super, super important. I mean, I've been looking at some stuff, and and like I said, this is unscripted, so we really just kind of coming off of a lot of the different things. I was just watching, a number of things, but one, when we talk about this immersive art technology and everything, they actually have immersive experience when you talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. They're doing it live in concert that we're going to be checking next week and everything. So that was super, super phenomenal. And I mean, it's some summer experiences that that happened that, I mean, between the music festivals and everything. I know we went to something. Oh man, I'm trying to think.
What city?
It was New York, in New York. We just went to something. Oh, I mean, you went to the hip hop piece right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Harlem, a few.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a few things that happen all throughout the summer, man. Just simple stuff that allows people to just communicate,
Yeah, social out.
and just have the opportunity to be able to socialize, because that, I think that's super, super important, to be able to connect to individuals, to be able to have contact, because one thing that technology does, I mean, this puts us in your bedroom or in your household or whatever the case may be, but being able to touch and interact with people live is something that you definitely need to do, stay healthy and everything. I know nowadays, being that I work in front of a computer majority of the day, I try to decompress from that. So I make sure I get enough sunlight. I try to walk around and not even use my phone or whatever the case may be, because I'm accessing technology, from just being in front of the computer screen, just putting out reports, doing all types of activities and everything. And school just started back in session, for, the schools and everything. So, now we totally engaged with that. And one of the things that we have to do is just make sure that young people take breaks, because the amount of what we talk about ADHD, because so distracted these days because of all of these how do you say it, micro stimulations. It's all types of stimulations, from you being on your phone all day. That's why. All right, we back in here. We do apologize. We were having some technical difficulty. I think we were, expanding on the universe, and we were, it was getting too powerful for the bandwidth of the internet. That's why they try to take us out. They try to take us out. It was a conspiracy. I'm gonna say conspiracy. With regards to that. So all right, I believe we back in here. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We were some issues. Hopefully you can hear us out there. If you can, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know where you're tuning in from. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Futures Black podcast, and this is our unscripted episode 17. 27. Episode 27, unscripted. We're touching on politics, we're touching on technology, we're touching on the intersection of how Black culture is being affected. But one of the things that we definitely wanted to pay homage and give their flowers to two great individuals who just passed, who embraced the culture and everything. Wanted to, give a rest in peace to James Earl Jones, and then also who we lost the other. And then yesterday we lost a great one, Frankie Beverly, who's sings one of my favorite songs and one of the greatest songs of all time. Before I Let Go, man. So
also, for the young people, Rich Homie Quan go.
Oh, Rich Homie Quan, yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah.
He got OD. allegedly they say OD.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because like James Earl Jones was 93, right?
Yeah.
He was like, man,
That's Mufasa.
Yeah, Mufasa. Ooh.
Or the Claudine. He was the garbage man in Claudine.
I mean,
He
Dark
was in
Dark Vader.
Dark Vader.
Right. I don't know what's going on today, but I guess we so deep, you know. But we were definitely giving kudos to the late great James Earl Jones, who's in like I didn't know. Well, excuse me, not that I didn't know, I just didn't remember that he was in Conan the Barbarian. He was also the narrator for the Bible and a number of other things.
Classic Claudine.
Yeah, Claudine.
I haven't seen that.
The Lion King, which is the most.
Mufasa.
Oh, and hey, coming to America, King Joffrey Jaffa.
You know, he always played a prominent role.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No matter what.
Regardless, he was prestigious. He was always,
no matter what job or position.
He was never stepping fetching. You know, he definitely was making sure he upheld his integrity, his dignity. You know, so and most people go for it.
In a movie when he was a baseball player too. I think with Richard Pryor, one of them.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. I don't know what that movie was at this point.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, but he has a lengthy resume. Testing. We are here. We are live. We back at it. I don't know what's going on with our internet connection. It's like we lost everyone who was in here. So they just saw the future's black. Okay. All right. So we're back in.
Something ain't right.
But something was definitely not right. Hold on. What's this in the corner? Oh, that's telling us how I connect. It's unstable. Move closer to it.
So. Could be the internet down in here.
Yeah, it might be.
You know, that's how they let you get one last little pull.
So you get left.
Yeah. No more internet for you.
No internet for you. All right. So, I mean, we're I know we're here. I know we try to do this unscripted. So, we're definitely just talking about James L. Jones, but Frankie Beverly, man, who was Frankie Beverly and Maze, phenomenal artist, man. Lifetime legendary. Say it again.
Song I never.
Yeah,
number one classic.
Yeah, number one classic. I'm sorry, you know, the Beehive don't kill me, but I like the original. I didn't like the Beyonce version. I'm just saying that don't kill me on the internet, but I like the original by Frankie Beverly and Maze. I'm not feeling the Beehive version of it, you know, because I really enjoy that, like that song, you know, is a classic song. I mean, cookouts, I could think of family get-togethers, I could think of all of those things, and you know, somebody remaking it just kind of taints that because I already have all of these memories connected to it. So that's another reason why I just don't like, you know, her version. Not saying she's not a great artist or anything like that, but I just don't like that version of it. That's just my personal opinion, you know. So Beehive individuals, don't be sending your people after me, please. You know, so I mean, there's a number of things that, you know, that's happening in the world. The main thing is about, you know, what's happening in November and how this country is going to be affected. I mean, locally, you know, we have a governor, how do you say it? Gubernatorial. Yeah, election happening here in New Jersey. So there's going to be a change in power, a shift in power, which will also affect the local city here of Newark, because if the mayor here who is running for governor, of course, or lose, he would have to, you know, step down as mayor, and then which would mean that someone else would have to run as mayor, or another mayor election will actually have to happen. So those are some of the things that's happening on the local level. Lost Congressman Payne a number of months ago. So now we actually have an election for that position that's coming up in November as well. So, I mean, there's a number of things that's happening. Football season just started. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins, who has one of my former students. So shout out to Mohamed Kamara, who got drafted to the Miami Dolphins. So I automatically became a Miami Dolphins fan once he got on the team. So, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Can't wait to see you play in person. Can't wait to see you play in person, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, what else is going on in the world? I mean, we got a couple of things that's happening this month. So this month you got Halsey Fest that's happening here next week, downtown Newark. Then we also have KHEM Fest, man, something we super excited about, an event that we produce. So if you're interested in Black animation, make sure you come out to KHEM Animation Film Festival, which is KAFF Replay. Yeah. So make sure you come out to that September 28th, 12 to 4 at Heritage Hall, at Heritage 54 Halsey Street. We'll be there. And then, I mean, on top of that, we're going to be doing a mixer. We're going to have a networking event. We're going to have the Tesla Light Show, and then we're going to actually have a game night. So we're going to have a game night, and this is going to be sponsored by Xbox. We're going to have showcasing 14 films from 7 different countries and everything. We're going to have, some phenomenal panels, breaking boundaries, Black women in animation and gaming. We're going to actually have an animated showcase. So all of these things are going to be happening. And then we're going to cap it off with a game night that's going to be happening in Brown Mill. This is going to be sponsored by Brown Mill. And then also we actually have Xbox. This year we actually have Xbox sponsoring some of the gaming lounges. So shout out to them, and shout out to Just Fish, who's going to be hosting our mixer, and Heritage Hall and Mentor Newark, who is actually hosting the KHEM Animation Film Festival replay. So shout out to all of them. I wanted to guys, I like to show stuff, man. So, we got this quick clip. So I want to show this quick clip for everybody to be able to see. Wow, man. Yeah. So that's like Black excellence at its finest, man. So, like I said, all right. So I don't know what's going on in the verse, but that what would he call it? What the guy say? He was like, "Yo, my
divine power."
Yeah, the divine power ain't connected, man.
Back to the divine power.
Yeah,
God.
man. The divine power is not doing what it's supposed to do right now, God. So with that, we are definitely going to, just make sure we close out. We do apologize about this. Yeah. We will definitely fix whatever issues that is. And we want to make sure that everyone tunes in next week, same time, same channel. And we're going to come back bigger, better, and stronger. That's what we're going to do. So thank you guys for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Make sure that you tell a friend, and continue to be a part of this movement that we are creating. Yes. And with that, we're going to close out. And I want to thank you. And then once again, my name is Naseed Gifted. That is
Dilettante J. Bass.
And this is the Phocused Black Podcast. Thank you guys. And we're going to sign out. Peace.